All right. What's up, everybody? Hope y'all are doing well. This is the first episode of PackTV. This is something really cool that I'm going to be start doing every single week, Wednesday, the same time that you're watching this right now. So if you want to set your calendars up for exactly when we do these, just make sure you get that in there. What's up, guys? I see you guys in the chat. I kind of just want to do this as a way to kind of encompass everything I'm doing when it comes to trading, both highlighting my journey, talking a little bit about some market moves. We got opening moves here, which is the first segment. A little segment about trading psychology, just little weekly tips that I like to do, that I like to cling on when it comes to me personally trading. My personal journey when it comes to AC trades, and then highlighting a pack trader of the week every single week when we have a pack trader within my trade group and within my Discord that kind of just does something that is like above and beyond, or they're making a really good achievement, something like that. So let's get into some opening moves here, guys. This week has been freaking insane. Like this whole month has been just absolutely crazy when it comes to price action, when it comes to just understanding what in the world's going on when it comes to the market. So let's get into that right now. I'm going to open up my chart here and show you guys what US 30 and NASDAQ has been doing that I've been seeing anyways. And it's been a really tough time. So let me know in the chat if anybody's watching that wants to interact. Like, let me know. Has it been kind of a rough week for you, or a rough couple weeks? Because I'm going to share something with you guys. Look at this. This right here is absolutely insane. So throughout the entirety of this month so far, the prices have been respecting these zones that I've been drawing pretty well, but the problem is man, it's just been lack of follow through. And a perfect example is a trade that I actually got into a few minutes before this stream. Beautiful closes to the downside, beautiful breaks of a support line, and then just stop, and then the move continues. Like, this is something that's been going on almost every single trading session. Yeah, I'm not going to be trading in September ever again. Absolutely. I mean, this has just been it's just been a crazy. And September, like for anybody watching, September is one of the most lowest performing, roughest times to trade when it comes to being a trader, but I still can't let that deter me from, sticking to the path and letting the math do its thing. So if you take a look here, let's start with US 30 first. We've just been breaking these Friday lows. So the next path of resistance, right? Because I always love building these points of context and understanding why price is doing what it's doing, where price is most likely going to go next. And you can see here, these arrows have been what I've been drawing every single time I'm kind of developing an idea of where the market's most likely going to go. I mean, it's just been, everything's been showing me bearish, bearish, bearish. Like, we just keep on breaking these zones of support, zones of consolidation, major important zones. And we came to a very, very important low that we made all the way back in July. And for those of you that are PAC members watching this right now, you guys know I was literally talking about just an insane bullish run and how we were due for a correction. I mean, we just kept making yearly all-time highs, all this stuff, just every single week. It was almost every week we were just creating higher highs and higher lows. And then we started consolidating for about a week straight, and then boom, we start going into a nice downtrend. And this was that correction that we were seeing. So honestly, when it comes to opening moves, guys, I'm literally, like I was saying this morning, this area right here, this zone is very, very crucial. If this zone gets broke, we could absolutely keep on staying bearish for quite some time, because this is when really we started turning bullish, right? We came down here. Let me move this out of the way. You can kind of see this. We came down here in April, but the start of July and June, this June order block right here, this bullish order block, I mean, we just kept on just absolutely skyrocketing. So this is a major, major important level. If that gets broken, I'm pretty much looking down here for a next major, major, major point of contention. So this is around a really nice even psychological number of 32,600. So this is going to be very interesting to see moving forward. If we use this as support, keep on the overall larger time frame, bullish uptrend, or are we going to consolidate here, take out these buyers, and then keep on going lower? So we're at a pretty key decision area. If we take a look at NASDAQ, and again, I'm only talking about US 30 and NASDAQ because these are the two assets that I primarily trade to begin with. So if we're taking a look at NASDAQ, it's kind of the same situation. We're coming down to a previous support level, and we're trying to see if we want to turn it into resistance. And again, trading 101, right? If we turn a support into resistance, that's just a really nice bearish market structure to the downside. We could come all the way down here, and we just got to look, hey, where in the world is price most likely to go next, where it was a key level, a key support, a key resistance. And we can see right here, this this zone right here where price came up, turned it to support multiple times, came back down, got some more buyers liquidity, and then boom, again, this was like right around the same time that US 30 just started skyrocketing. So this is a major, major key level here. Put these on your charts as just like little alert notifications, like, hey, if price starts getting around here, we could see either a key decision area of returning to the upside, or are we just going to keep on going lower? So especially if we break this key bullish order block that just happened, today is going to be, and the rest of this week is going to be a very good determining factor. Are we going to keep on going lower, or are we going to bounce off this support and keep on going higher? So that's kind of my overall thoughts with the opening moves of US 30 and NASDAQ. And let me know if you guys have any thoughts. What are you guys seeing in the market? But man, I'm going to tell you right now, September has been a test of patience and discipline. September has been one of the roughest market conditions so far from even me personally. We'll go over that a little bit within my AC performance. So without further ado, I'm going to now move on into Mind Over Market. So Mind Over Market is a segment I really think is going to be the most value dense of this overall little podcast TV show series, where I want you guys every single week that you come in here to get some type of value from this when it comes to trading. And for me, I think your mind, your psychology, how you are disciplined on the charts, that is more important than any singular strategy, any singular, trading on this time frame and doing XYZ. All that is useless if you literally can't master what's in between your ears. So I wanted to make something that was very near and dear to my heart, and a really big a tribute to my overall success of being profitable on the charts, except for September. So when it comes to this one, I thought the most fitting topic for this week is how to get through drawdown. A lot of people, when it comes to trading, is they don't understand that it doesn't matter what strategy you guys choose. It doesn't matter what strategy you use when it comes to trading. It doesn't matter. It could be the most highly win rate or highly profitable strategy out there. There will still be moments of drawdown. There will still be moments where every single trade you take is just not following through. There will be moments where every single trade idea that you have with whatever strategy you have is just not following through. And that's totally normal. The market moves in cycles, the market moves in patterns, and sometimes it's just not your time to win. And I like to tell my students this all the time too, is when it comes to your specific strategy, if you're doing really well, I can almost guarantee you in another trading system that is not doing that well, right? So you're going to have this give or take when it comes to trading. Not every strategy is winning 100% of the time, because your strategy may be counterintuitive to another strategy. That's why, again, if you start to go into that drawdown, the thing you have to understand is you have to put everything into perspective. So if you're trying to grow as a trader, and if you're actually trying to stick to a trading model, stick to a way of trading, stick to a style of trading, you never want to go and hop from strategy to strategy the moment you start to experience drawdown. I will tell you why. Because if you have a statistical model and you know that this is as many losses as you know that it most likely will have, this is as many wins you'll have, this is my win rate, this is my average R&R because I'm documenting all my trades and journaling all my trades. If you have all this data and you know that you can lean on this data when it comes to hard times like this, it would make absolutely no sense to hop from strategy to strategy. But a lot of beginners don't understand that. A lot of beginners think that as soon as they start experiencing a little bit of drawdown, even sometimes sadly just take a couple losses, they feel like they have to move to the next shiny object because that's just how it happens. So they take a couple losses here, and then they go and hop to another strategy. They hop to another strategy, and what happens? They start taking losses there. They start going into drawdown. They're like, well, now we see the people that are using my other strategy, they're making a lot of wins. So then I'm going to hop back to this strategy. And they hop to that strategy, and they take another loss. And they hop back and forth, and you're just messing with your overall probability. Because, guys, at the end of the day, that's all trading is. Trading is nothing but probability and math. And if you do not allow the math to take care of you long term, then you're always going to be in this perpetual cycle of winning and losing and winning and losing and just constantly digging yourself into a deeper hole. You're never going to see the successes of any type of mathematical trading system long term. And that's all these are. There's tons of trading systems out there. There's tons of trading styles out there. There's tons of trading strategies out there that are profitable. The problem is nobody gives them, most people anyways, because again, let's be real, we're in 2023 where we have the TikTok attention span that people can't even, watch a video for more than 5 seconds without wanting to go somewhere else. That's totally normal, but you have to fight through that. And I wanted to kind of show you a really cool visualization of what this really looks like long term. And this kind of relates to the next segment, which is my overall performance in AC's trades, because this is so freaking true. And when it comes to understanding the mathematical probabilities of a trading system, I think this is a really good tool to help people understand long term what the math and data looks like. So I'm going to go over here on Trader's Edge, which is a really good backtesting software. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. So let's take a look at what Trader's Edge does. So what this is a forward simulator. So if I start with and again, I'm just using $100,000 because that's like the average prop firm account, right? And then we go to a win rate. Let's say we have a win rate of 60% because I average around a 65% win rate. With a couple losses that I've been taking lately, with September in total, my win rate has dropped a little bit from around the lower 70s to now around 65. Again, that's just because September's been pretty rough. But I like to be very conservative. Let's say 60%. Let's say in 10 trades, with I'm averaging a 1.58 profit factor, or every single trade I make, I'm at least getting 1.58% because I'm journaling my trades, and I'm only risking 1%. That's what this loss trade means right here. I'm risking 1% to make 1.58. Now, I always shoot for a 2, but my average right now, because of my journaling, I know that I make at least a 1.58. So if I run that simulation, this is what it does is you can click run simulation multiple times, and you can see what an equity curve would look like, what your profit factor, all this different data looks like on a bunch of different simulated trades. And you can see, given the market conditions, you can have a 3 losing streak, you can have a 5 losing, just on 10 trades. But let's zoom out a little bit. Let's say we want to focus long term, right? I can click this as much as possible, but let's focus long term. Let's say 200 trades, right? This is what an equity curve looks like. This is what you can actually start to understand what the math does for you at a long period of time, a large data set, because this is what it takes to be a trader, ladies and gentlemen. A 60% win rate does not mean you're going to win 6 out of 10 trades. What that means is over a large period, the law of large numbers, if you allow the trading system to give you this many trades without hopping from another strategy, without going to another trading model, without quitting altogether, if you allow the market to give you this mathematical probability, you're going to reap the benefits. But the problem is, as soon as people experience a little bit of drawdown, say someone started here, they came up a little bit of drawdown, 5 consecutive losses. Can you imagine being a new trader and losing 5 times in a row? That's absolutely detrimental to your psychology, right? That's so hard as a human being to say that, and to accept that I can lose 5 times in a row and still come out the other side profitable, because it's math at the end of the day, but you have to let that math play out in a large data set. And so many people are impatient and not willing to let that math do its thing. So this is what I wanted to show, is at the end of the day, you can see here that you have to let the math, and I can click here and play this many times, and there will never, ever, ever be a scenario where this setup right here is unprofitable, because it's just math. And let's say we have even more tough times. Let's say our win rate drops down another 5%, right? Long term, let's say we go all the way to 50%. Let's say we start taking a little bit a lesser profits. Let's say a 1.4 starts to get a little choppy, but it's still long-term viable, right? We may have a little bit of crazy situations and scenarios where we get into a little bit of drawdown in the negative, but it's still something that you need to take into consideration, the law of large numbers. And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is why I'm able to push through periods of drawdown. This month has been one of the most humbling months in my trading career, for the simple fact that I know that long term I am going to be taken care of, because my system is profitable. I know how to trade. I know how to be disciplined, and I know how to stay on the charts without over trading and revenge trading. I see some people in the chat. And again, let me know your thoughts, because you guys feed this and allow this to be even more value adding and entertaining as well. But Matthias says, man, can't even imagine what you're going through, Carlos. Get funded and get a whole month of drawdown. And that's literally what you have to understand. You know, Carlos is one of our members here in the Pack Trade group, is that even when you become funded, right, going through these periods, it may be tough, but imagine how it would feel if you never been through a period of drawdown and you have a $500,000 funded, portfolio. What about $1 million in funding? But you never went through tough times like this. you would absolutely be freaking out, right? So the thing that you always have to make sure is you framing everything in a right perspective to help your overall psychology. I say that so much. They said that's the problem. I started in a really good month, then started making all these plans in my head, and then September humbled me, and that's totally correct, Carlos. And that's another thing that a lot of beginners sometimes kind of allow their psychology to be messed with, is for the overall fact that if you sit here and experience all these green months and these green weeks, you kind of get desensitized to the money making process, right? You kind of get desensitized, like, oh man, now I have to win this week. Now you don't have to do anything. The market is always right and you never are. And the moment you start to feel like you are on top of the world, you're getting all this, you're doing so great, the market will humble you because the market moves in patterns, and not every pattern is going to be a profitable one for your trading system. But you have to be willing to go through the red to get out to the other side to allow the math to take care of you. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. Absolutely. I feel you. I wanted to start right away, the challenge, but the fact Austin told me to trial and then next month gets a phase two honestly has been a blessing. Yeah, and you have to do that too, right? Like you just have to take these one things. You have to take these things one step at a time, so that way you understand how this process works. You're able to see the math work. You're able to see everything work out in the way that it needs to for this math to play out long term, just like how you see here, right? You can start to mess with this until you see how bad does it have to be before I actually start to run into bad drawdown, right? So you can see here, then it starts to get a little worse. But again, if you average a 60% win rate, which is what we average over a period of 200 trades, you're going to be fine. You're going to have moments of drawdown. You're going to have moments of sidewaysness. Is that a word, sidewaysness? But you have to lean on these periods right now, so that way you can get out the other side when it comes to drawdown. So I really thought that was a really good segment to just get out of that drawdown mindset, get out of that depressed feeling, because at the end of the day, guys, it's just math. There's nothing you can do, and you have to let the math and the market play out. So let's move on to Strategy Spotlight. Strategy Spotlight is where I just want to highlight my trading strategy on a specific trade. And I actually had a trade right before this live stream, and I'm never going to cherry pick them. I'm not just going to show you guys winners. I'm going to show you losers too, because there's so much more that you can take away from a losing trade than just a winning trade, right? Where it's all happy, but I feel like we win more when it comes to failures and stuff like that. So I really wanted to get on here and show you that it's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows when it comes to trading. And even more so, this right here has been the highlight. If I could just, like, in a picture show what September literally looks like, this is September right here. So this morning, I'm actually going to show you two trades because this morning was absolutely crazy. So this morning, we got into a short on NASDAQ. We broke this major key level here, this key zone. And again, this is my trading system that I like to use. We had the key zone here that as soon as I look for breakouts, as long as I can get at least a full take profit or most of my full take profit without being interrupted by a major key zone, which was this Friday low down here. And price, again, this has just been September. This is how September has been since September has been a thing this month. So we come down, we go short, instant drawdown, boom, stopped out, and then the trade played out in my direction. Same thing with US 30. This was the trade that I took right before the live stream. Took a short here, beautiful candle to the downside. I mean, literally no wicks, maybe a little wick on the bottom here, but just a beautiful break of support. And then what happens? We go into a little bit of profit. Boom, comes out, tags me out almost perfectly to a T, tags me out, and then just heads in my direction. As we see here, it already hit a 1 risk-reward ratio, and it's heading on the way to a 2. So these are just two examples of my strategy where it's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows, guys. No trader ever wins 100% of the time. If any trader tells you that they're always green every single week, every single month, they're probably trying to sell you something, or they have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. This is just the real side of trading. You're going to have these things happen, and this has literally been my life this entire month. Am I deterred? Am I going to sit here and just cry and just give up? And no, because what's the other alternative? This is another thing you guys have to ask yourself when you're faced with failure and faced with adversity and something you want to do that's a little bit challenging. What is the alternative to this? Quitting, right? Because what else do I do? Should I just quit? Should I just hang up the towel? Should I say, nope, done with trading. It's useless. It's not working for me anymore. No, right? Like the alternative, the risk to learning how to trade and staying consistent is so much better than the reward. It's so much better than the reward. So I want to show you guys even another example. Another example here, Monday. This was caught live on stream on my trading live streams. Beautiful candle to the downside, beautiful break to this support level, beautiful break to these New York lows of that Friday session. And what happens? We get into some profit, boom, instant stop out. I mean, it's just been, this is how September has been. But I'm totally fine with going through a moment of red to get out on the other side, because this moves into the next segment of AC's performance, where this month I'm now currently with this trade, I'm down 3% for this month. 3% on all of my accounts overall. But here's the thing. June, I was up, I think, 8.9%. July, I was up 10%. August, I made 13%. And then now, this is why risk management is so important. I was telling my group members this morning too. I could be down literally 10%. I could lose 10 trades in a row from now until Friday, because September, the trading week is done on Friday. And I would still, for this entire year, because that's what you have to think about. This is a business. These are business decisions we're making. I'm still fine, because you have to think about that long term. So if you take a look here, I'm going to show you my performance when it comes to my ACG journey, my $200,000 ACG account. So this is because, again, I want to be as transparent with you guys as possible. I started this ACG account the middle of August, I believe. I started this on the 10th of August. So the 10th of August, everything was going great. Let me share my screen. So the 10th of August, everything was going great. Everything was going fine. And this is my account. So we started at 200,000, actually the 9th of August, but I never got into a trade until the 11th. And then boom, first trade was a loss, but it's all right. I'm not going to overtrade. I'm not going to revenge trade. We come back up. We make some wins here. We make some wins. We're doing great. And we go into the middle of September, and I'm telling you guys, here's September, right? So if you guys can just visually see the difference between August and September, if I take a little screenshot here, and then I can draw on this and you guys can kind of see. So this right here was August. Everything was going great. And then September hits, boom. And this is just how it's been. And again, this is just because the market moves in cycles. The market moves in patterns, and I'm just going to stick to my strategy because I know it's good long term. It's just the way it is. So we go into September. We get into a little bit of drawdown. We start making some nice wins. And then mid-September, market is not following through. And now I'm currently on a 4 losing streak of this account, where I'm actually now in the negative about $700. So I'm right about $700 below the 200K. And that is what it is. That's something that you have to understand is going to happen when it comes to trading. This right here is just normal trading. This is normal. This is the real side of trading. And a lot of people, when it comes to creating content on YouTube and Twitter, they will not show you this stuff. They will not show you the unsexy side. They won't show you the real results that they're getting, because they want to sell you something. They want to sell you a course. They want you to get to see that everything's beautiful. And then what that does is that actually perpetuates a terrible cycle in the overall trading community, because then they get a lot of views. They see all this money. Everything's all sexy and beautiful. And then what happens? They attract a lot of people that think it's that easy as well. Then they go and blow the accounts. They gamble just like the people. And then it creates this really bad cycle. And I want to be the change, even if it's just one person out there that gets onto this, listens to this, and understands that, bro, this is real trading right here. It's not sexy. It's not always Lamborghinis. It's not always high rises in Dubai. It's not all this stuff. It's going through the drawdown periods to get out the other side. Because if you even look at this, guys, someone in my Discord said this today. All your P&Ls should look like, if you're using healthy risk management and understand how to trade, your P&L should look just like a normal price action, right? Making higher highs and higher lows. What do you see here? Here's a low, high, low, high, low, and now what am I due for? I'm due for another high. Could we go lower? Absolutely. I can't control the market, but this is what it looks like when you're using actual. I can even look at my profits here. I can show my drawdown, but this is what it looks like when it comes to the overall ability just to manage risk and only stick to high quality trades. So that's kind of a cool little transparent view of my performance for this current month and week. And then moving forward, I'll go over week progress. I just wanted to kind of show where I'm at in my whole 200K journey so far, just for the simple fact that this is my first episode when it comes to PackTV. I see some people in the chat here. Michael says, I'm depressed. I need a hug, Austin. I'll give you a hug, bro. I'll give you a hug. Did EFX failed my funded account challenge, but hey, I'm going back to back testing. Hey, man, it is what it is. The first thing you need to understand is what caused you to fail the challenge, because I want to get really real, Diddy, because that's a really good point, and I want to make sure anybody watching this gets some value. So I want to go back to mind over market here, because this is another great little point. If you failed a challenge, I would ask you, Diddy, and if you want to answer this in the chats, absolutely go for it. But if you don't, that's totally fine. But I would ask you, how long did it take to actually fail that? Because I tell my students this, and I tell people in my Discord this all the time, is if you stick to very solid risk management, only sticking to high quality setups, it's actually extremely difficult, and it takes a long time to fail an account. So let's visually share this, because I actually made a cool little segment in my education channel with my Discord. This is what risk management looks like, to where it's actually very difficult. It's very, very difficult to blow an account. Put this on the chart, and you guys will be able to see this. Okay, so I made this little graphic for my Discord members, but I think this is so good for what you just said, Diddy, and for anybody else watching, because when it comes to trading, okay, if you stick to only taking high quality setups, not making any exceptions, not forcing trades, sticking extremely strict to your rules on a trading system that you know, that you've back tested 1 to 200 trades, that you forward tested a good amount of trades, that you're sitting here and finding consistency, you're getting success, you're seeing yourself passing these accounts and getting funded, and you know that this system is rock solid. It's battle tested, it's stress tested, it's good. May not be your time to win, but it's still good long term. So this scenario is if you take 10 trades with a 50% win rate and you're risking 1%, and you need 8R, which is 8% to pass a phase one, right? You could start out losing 1, 2, and then you risk 2% here and you win 1, win 1, win. Like, this is just a general scenario where you can literally have a 50% win rate and come out the other side with 5% by just sticking to risk management of always risking only 1%, allowing your stop loss to be hit, going into another high quality trade, doing the same thing, and just rinsing and repeating. And that's kind of like what this graphic can show, that even if you have a 50% win rate, you're still fine if you're shooting for 2 risk reward ratios. So with that being said, if you know that you're risking 1% per trade, okay, and you know that you're only allowing yourself to, say, lose 2 times in a row per day, which is my limit. I only allow myself 2 trades in a row, which was today. I lost 2 trades in a row, and I'm done for the day. So if we know that you need to have a 5% drawdown to blow an account for a daily drawdown, and then most prop firms have a 10% drawdown, right? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a representation of a daily drawdown. If I stick to 1% per risk per trade and only 2 losses max, at max, I am only ever going to be down 2%. So let's take 2 of these away. So this is all I will ever be down max in one day. I will never ever, it is virtually impossible for me to reach a 5% max daily drawdown, because I am only limiting myself to 2 losses per day. So now let's get that one out of the way. So the only other factor we have to worry about is reaching 10% max drawdown at all. And that's, 10% of the max starting balance of whatever you use in whatever prop firm you choose to do it. Now, some of them are 8, but most of them are 10. And I like to go with 10 and only use prop firms with 10 anyways, because that gives you an even better buffer for your psychology. But let's say you're in a trading system that you have to lose now 10 trades in a row, 10 high quality setups for whatever trading system you use. I don't care what trading system you use. If it is statistically proven to be long-term viable and long-term profitable, You have to lose 10 trades, 10 of these, every single trade in a row to blow that account. Here's the cool thing with risk management. Say you're even on a 5 losing streak and you're shooting for 2 risk reward ratios, which is what I do right here, 2 risk reward ratio. I just need one of these wins, and now 2 of these losses are made up. 2 of these losses are made up. I'm back in the game. I don't have to worry about getting a 10 losing streak because now I can lose even more before going there. Let's say you lose another one, but then you hit another win. Boom. Now you're even farther back in the game. Now you've made up another 2. Right? So you can visually see that it's actually very, very, very hard if you stick to proper risk management to blow an account. And then you have to ask yourself, if you blow multiple accounts, and again, I'm not saying that if you use a good risk management system and a good trading system that you still won't fail accounts. You could absolutely still fail an account, right? You could just have the worst market conditions possible, just nothing's following through. You could still fail an account. I'm not saying that's out of the question. I'm just saying that's very hard, right? But then you start to have to go through the process because Diddy, what I want to say to you is you may be using a good system, and you can drop in the chat what trading system you use or what trading style you're using or what strategy you're using. You may be using a long-term viable system. The thing is, you don't want to go and back test and strategy hop and go from hop into strategy. It may just not be your time to win, man. And again, I don't know your personal situation. I don't know what you're going through. I'm just saying you may be using a system, or you may be using it incorrectly, or you may just be, it just may not be your time to win, or maybe you're risking too much. There's a lot of factors at play, but I just want to kind of give you that little value there because that is something that is near and dear to my heart because so many people fail to just understand risk management. And when I tell people that it's actually very hard to fail a challenge altogether, it kind of like makes people be like, "What? You're crazy!" Like, no, dude, it's just risk management. So let me see in the chat here. And to be true, in September we are in break. Yeah. September it's very tight there. It's very tight. Diddy said it actually took me 15 days, and I must admit that when I go to minus 4% my account, I start to force a trade. See, there you go. That's exactly what I was talking about. So it sounds like to you, Diddy, that you need to make sure that you just need to find your psychology and get your psychology in check, right? Because I tell people this all the time, and this is something that you guys have to understand if you want to be a professional trader. Emotions are out of the game. And I know that sounds easier said than done, but you have to understand something. Every business, and people make these little exceptions in their heads when it comes to trading altogether, is they understand that in the real world, a business is never going to be profitable in the first month, 2 months, first quarter, even the first year. If I were to tell you right now, hey, Diddy, is it, and this is to anybody, I'm not just talking to Diddy, but if I would be like to anybody, hey, man, if I just pick up anybody off the street, they don't have to have entrepreneur skills. They don't have to go to business school. I think everybody even watching this video right now understands that if you started a business right now, you're probably not going to make money in the first month or the first quarter. I think we can agree on that. If you go and start a fitness journey, you're not going to get jacked in a week. If you go and you never have driven a car before, you're not going to be an expert on driving a car in a week. Everybody has all of these commonsensical things when it comes to progress and journeys, but for some reason, when it comes to trading, people have this crazy mindset and this desensitization to the overall progress it takes to build a skill up, and they think that they have to be successful right now. I'm telling you guys, there's nothing in this world that is going to give you success in a month, in a week, in a quarter, in a day. You're just not. And if it does, it's probably trying to scam you. I'm just being real with you. So the thing that you have to build on your psychology, man, is the fact that you need to understand that every single trade, it's going to be random. You have to be okay with the fact that you could lose 4 to 5 to 6 in a row. As long as you're risking that 1%, the risk management and the math will take care of you. You are not in control of the market. You can't force a trade, and you can't force the market to go in your favor at all, right? So the only thing that you can control in the market is your entries and your attitude. If you sit here and you constantly think, dang, I'm down 4%, man, I got to get into a trade. I got to force a trade. What are you really forcing? Right? Because if you know, and you got to always think logically about this. If you know that you can't move the market, and you know that you can't make a trade go in your direction, the only possible thing is emotions. So every single time you have some type of emotional thing hitting you in your chest or hitting you in your mind and saying that you have to do something on the charts, attach a name to it. Be like, Is this making me emotional because I want my ego to feel better? Is this making me emotional because I want to brag to my friends that I did good? Like, be very brutally honest with yourself. Why do you want to win? Why do you want to make this trade be forced? Why do you want to do something in the market? And then once you kind of attach a name and attach something to that emotion, accept it, and then ask, is this logical? What am I about to do is logical? Because everything that you do on this chart is a business decision. And once you start classifying these trades as business decisions, your mind is going to start becoming rewired to understand I need to become a professional trader, not a gambler. Gamblers force trades. Gamblers think they can make the market go in their favor. Gamblers just sit here and click buy and sell because they want to be up for the day. Traders accept having a losing day. Traders accept having a losing streak because they know that their trading model is good long term. And I'll end with this before I go into the Pack Trader of the Week. TopStep released, and TopStep is a really big futures trading prop firm. TopStep released one of their statistics of one of the most profitable traders on their platform. I guarantee you will never guess the win rate. Well, my Pack members will because I talked about this today. Their win rate is 20%. 20%. They are only winning 20% of their trades, and they are still profitable because it's all in their risk management and their psychology, right? Their strategy is going to do the thing. The strategy is going to do whatever it wants to do. But if they can maintain their psychology and their risk management, the math is going to take care of it. And that's what they know, and that's what they allow them to do. Now, am I going to trade with a 20% win rate strategy? Probably not, because I couldn't do that. But that's a really cool little metric to understand that it's just risk management psychology, and you have to get those before you even sit for the driving exam, right? These challenges are driving exams. You are learning how to drive a car. You are 16, you're a dumb 16-year-old, and you're going to sit here and try to drive a Corvette, right? Don't do that. You're learning how to drive a car. Don't go the next day and take one of these prop firm challenges. Don't go the next day and think that you can learn how to drive a car the moment you're sitting in to get tested to drive a vehicle to get your license. You're going to fail, right? You would fail, you know you would. So treat these like that. It's baby steps. And to be true, in September we are, I already read that one. Carlos, allow the stop loss to be hit. That was a major mistake. I lost 1R because I didn't respect that in our 4 losses. I changed a bit every time stop loss, and that cost me 1R. Yeah, exactly. As soon as you manipulate that stop loss, and you've seen that firsthand, Carlos, as soon as you manipulate that stop loss, you're done. You've ruined your statistics, you've ruined your mathematical probability, and you've definitely hindered your future results. And again, can you change the past? No, but what you can do is work on the future. Alan, plan the work and work the plan. Yes, plan the trade. I think someone actually said that, right? Plan the trade and execute the trade or something like that. Diddy says, I'm actually trading breakup structures with Heikin-Ashi candles. What's funny is that now I have failed, I see my setups playing out. And see, that's the thing too, Diddy, and that may be a profitable long-term viable strategy. I don't know. I don't use Heikin-Ashi. I don't use breakup structure or any of that. But let's say that is a profitable system, and you're seeing these trades play out right now. What you're doing, and I want you to take a very big note of this, because I'm talking to everybody too. The moment that you're out of the market and you're not watching you don't have any capital to trade, or you're not trading a challenge, but you're watching the trades happen, what are you doing? Ask yourself, what are you doing? You're taking the emotion out of it because you have nothing to win or lose, because you're just sitting here watching the trades, because you don't have an account to trade, you don't have money to trade, you're just watching the trades because you failed. You have no emotions to give. You have no emotions to have on the chart. So you're sitting here watching the trades play out because the math is going to take care of you long term. So maybe it is a math. I don't know. I don't have the data for that. I'm just saying, if that is a mathematically profitable trading model and you're doing the same risk management for every single trade, and you're watching these trades play out, just let the trades play out, right? Do some more forward testing on a demo account. When you feel ready, sit for the exam, just like you would sit for the driver's test when you feel ready to drive a vehicle, and just let the trades play out, man. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. A Major League Baseball player makes millions on hitting 3 out of 10 times at a bat, just a 300 average. Yes, exactly. A 300 batting average is excellent. Is amazing. Trading is similar. It's about how much. It's it as much is about how you lose. Yes, trading is the best losers. There's a reason why Tom Hogarth wrote a book, The Best Loser Wins. Trading is not about being the best winner or winning more trades than losing. It's about being the best loser in the market, being the best trader, because I know how to lose. I lost 2 trades today. And I'm okay stepping away and saying, you know what, it was a losing day, but not a losing year, not a losing quarter. So that's totally fine for me. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine walking away, because if I sit here and keep trying to trade, I'm going to risk more. I'm going to potentially lose more, and then I'm deviating from my plan. And if I'm deviating from my plan, what's the point of making a plan in the first place? Lose 80 trades for $1, win 20 trades for $10. Yes. Not about the win rate, just as Austin says, it's about sticking to your plan and risk management. Absolutely, man. Diddy, you are right. Psychology is much more important. I see people winning setups every day, and it does affect my mind sometimes. Man, listen, if you do that, again, I tell my students this in my Discord. Diddy, we have 13 slots left, 13 spots left in the Pack Trading Discord. If you really want to join a community, if you want to be surrounded by a community of long-term minded traders, none of this hype bull crap, not signals, not none of this. If you really want to learn how to become a trader and focus on the things that matter, which is psychology and discipline, yes, I go over my trading system. Yes, I go over all the trading strategies that I use. Yes, I do all that, but I don't force it upon you. You don't have to trade how I trade. It's just I provide everything that I do, right? And I'm as transparent as I can be. But if you want to do that, I think you would be a great fit, from at least what it sounds like anyways. But just like you said, it's all psychology. It's all psychology. That's all it is. And then it's up to you to find what your lifestyle is and how a strategy can adapt to your lifestyle. And that's it. So I'm not going to try to sell anybody or anything like that, but I am capping it at 100 members. So we'd love to have you if you want to join. All right. I want to highlight the Pack Trader of the Week, which is a great little segment, or a great little way to go into this one. So Pack Trader of the Week. All right, little drum roll. I need a soundboard. Is going to be Bowie. So Bowie is one. I'm going to highlight them here within the Pack Chat. So Bowie is one of our funded traders. If I actually go onto the Discord here, let's see. Let me share my screen. I want to highlight what Bowie did. So Bowie right here. Bowie is one of our funded traders. He started the trading group literally from day like 3. I don't know. One of the very first members of the trading of the Wolfpack Trade Group. 19 years old. Literally started, followed the trading system, followed the rules, followed the risk management, followed the psychology to a freaking T, and earned himself the funded trader role. Actually, even in the funding flex here. Where's it at? Funding flex. This is his. I think he dropped his certificate, did he? He might not have. I don't know. We got so many funded traders now, I'm getting lost. No, I don't think he did. But Bowie literally became funded, got his first ever official payout. Then my Forex funds happened. He was so close to becoming a 100K funded trader. And then my Forex funds happened. So now he's working on another funded account. But again, shout out to him, because not only did he persevere all this, what he did was he took everything that I was teaching, everything that I was helping people understand the good parts of trading and how to trade. And he said, how can I adapt how these systems are to how I live? Because he lives in another time zone, and he's really active around like the pre-market to market open of the London session. So he took one of the trading models and kind of adapted it to his own. And now I sat with him. He literally developed this for like 2 months. We sat and back tested the heck out of this thing, stress tested it, optimized it the best way possible, and he created another trading strategy that we use within the Discord now called the Bowie Break. And shout out to him, because he created a really good trading model that we literally worked weeks on, and he worked months on just developing. And now it's a full-fledged London session trading system that we use within the Discord. So kind of show you a little bit of the numbers, because I also have backtest data of every strategy that we use. So the Bowie break I think it was this one. No, this is the ORB. So the ORB, I don't think I actually dropped the Bowie break in here, so never mind. Don't even pay attention to that. But what I do is I drop the backtest data of every single trading model that I use, to kind of show people like which ones are good. Like this is the wolf strat with just NAS, just to show you like this one doesn't look as good as say using US 30, you know, how many trades, all this stuff, right? So I kind of showed this data just to show off exactly what it looks like long term, that there will be ebbs and flows. There will be little drawdown periods. There will be moments where, you know, if you don't stick to something long term, like look at this. This is my range break and my pivot break strategy from January 30th to August 23rd when I dropped this. And was there drawdown periods here? Absolutely, right? Max drawdown 4.91%, lost 5 in a row. Like you can see when July pretty much was, which was this moment here, because it's so freaking rough. But if you give it over 200 trades, look at what happened. I mean, this is literally the entire year almost, uh, uh, minus a month of September because I posted it in August. That's what it looks like. You just have to give the math time. So big shout out to big shout out to Bowie. I was really proud of him for putting all of his time, heart, and soul into that because now it developed into something that we use within the Pack Trade Group. We have so many amazing members. So every single week, I wanted just to highlight somebody within the Pack Trade Group, the Pack Trader of the Week, because I have so many members that are doing stuff that's in the group that I just want to make sure I highlight and show how appreciative I am of them because this group will be the most elite trade group of 2024. That's my mission. That's what I want to do. And every single thing I talk about on this channel is a direct reflection of what I try to teach and apply within the Discord. So if you want to join that, if you want to be a part of that, we have 13 spots left as of recording this live stream. So I really do appreciate everyone watching. I'm going to wrap things up here, but thank you all so much for watching this live stream. If you did enjoy this little show that I'm going to be doing every single week, Wednesday, 2 p.m. or 1 p.m. EST, just make sure to put it in your calendar. Let me know in the chat if you enjoyed this. If you want to add anything, if you think this would be entertaining, if I did this or did whatever, right? This is something I want to create with my community and something that I think is going to be so fun for me because I cannot for the life of me sit down for like 2 to 3 hours, edit a video every single week. I just don't have the time. And my perfectionist in me would not allow an editor to do this. Like I want to do it myself. So I think this is the next best thing. I love doing live streams. I love interacting with my audience and I love just doing this type of stuff anyways. So without further ado, I love you guys. Hey, thank you all so much for watching and tuning in for about 51 minutes now. And like I say at the end of every single stream, at the end of every single video, stay grinding on your goals and never let anyone tell you that you can do something they have never done themselves, especially in trading. And I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.